Have you ever thought what is the difference between language and linguistics? Hello, I am Macarena, and I'm going to explain this for you very briefly. First of all, what is a language? A language is a system of arbitrary vocal symbols by which thought is conveyed from one human being to another. But why is it a system? Because it has a fixed organization based on a number of sound units, which are the phonemes, which are the sounds themselves. Why is it arbitrary? Because there is no natural relationship between a symbol, or a word, and the concept it represents. Why is it of vocal symbols? Because we produce or articulate sounds involving our organs and respiration. And this also excludes writing, which is secondary, it is quite ambiguous, it is very wide, and it does not represent exactly what language is. It is an abstract representation in a written form, but it does not take into account all of the aspects of speech. And why is it among human beings? Because we have the ability to use speech to communicate and interact among other people. An animal can also communicate, but they do it in a different way, not using language as we do. They can use body language, different sounds, they can make use of their senses in different ways, but we, human beings, are the ones who use language. So now that we know what a language is, we can jump into what a linguistics is. So, what is linguistics? It is the scientific study of language. It investigates the system of the language and its relationship with other languages. We can make a distinction between theoretical and applied linguistics. For example, in the theoretical linguistics we have the phonological systems of a language, the phonetics, the word formation, which is the morphology, how words are formed, and the syntax, how words are combined, for example, to make sentences. On the other hand, we have applied linguistics, which is more related to different methods and approaches to a language. For example, teaching and learning, foreign languages, translation, social linguistics, educational linguistics, psychological linguistics, and so on. This goes beyond the basic study of theoretical linguistics. So, what is the difference, you may ask? Well, there is a fact. Inasmuch as language is vocal, people would communicate and interact among them all by means of audible symbols. But there is another question. Can one exist without the other? Well, kind of. Language has existed throughout the years, from the beginning of times. But linguistics is more recent. It is a science which studies language. So, language can exist by itself, and it has existed. But linguistics cannot occur without language. But the truth is that as language is studied by linguistics, and linguistics is concerned with the study of language, both complement each other. The analysis of a spoken language is a complex task, and this is what linguistics do. It deals with two realities of the language, the abstract and the concrete. The abstract side is concerned on how we use the language in our minds in order to use it in speech. How can we reduce the infinite number of different sounds to a manageable number of categories and combinations? Whereas the concrete deals with the measurable reality of the sounds produced. Basically, when we are making use of a language in speech. And all of this thing about the abstract and the concrete is directly related to the aim of linguistics. It describes the phenomena of language, and it tries to work out the system underlying it, that is to say, how languages actually work. So, yes, we have different words with different purposes, but in reality there is no such difference. One complements the other and vice versa. As long as we can make use of language, we are going to be able to understand that there is something that goes beyond language, that studies it in order to use it correctly. And you ought to know that that science is linguistics. So thank you, linguistics. So that's all for this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and that it has been useful for you. Thank you for watching and for your attention. Bye!